Hey everyone, and welcome to 9 Pitches. It's another exciting edition of 9 Pitches, this time for Clash of Champions 2020, which is taking place this Sunday, and I'm joined not only by Maffew himself. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm alright, pal. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And Adam Pacitti, who I believe will be live streaming his reactions to Clash of Champions as the show is taking place. Is that right?
That's right. All right, pal. How are you?
All right, pal. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Obviously, because of the recent change to government guidelines, we're now all in totally separate locations again. I was usually recording these in like a separate part of the office, but now that the government has said work from home again if you can, I'm back at home. Adam's all on his lonesome in the office, and Matthew's still in his flat. So
yes, still wallowing in his own filth
in his smart pit.
But hopefully all the setup's all right and everything, and hopefully this goes as smoothly as possible. And it's so exciting because, of course, the rule is in these 9 Pitches videos, it's not what you think's going to happen, it's what we want to happen. Yes. If nobody's seen one of these before, or if you're new to this series, what happens is we go around in a cycle. Everybody pitches one thing. I guess we'll start with Adam, then go Maffew, then go myself, then around again 2 more times. And in the end, we'll have 9 lovely pitches for Clash of Champions, where all the belts, apart from the 24/7 belt, are on the line. But the 24/7 belt's probably something will happen. Adam, what is your first pitch?
My first pitch regards Retribution, everybody's favourite WWE stable. They all got great nicknames, or new names this Monday on Raw. We're all very excited about it. So I would like Clash of Champions to kick off with Retribution. They come down to the ring and cut a promo about how silly they've all been. And I've actually scripted the whole thing for them here.
Oh.
Do you have a mask you can put on?
Let's just pretend this is Dominik Dijakovic, shall we? Hello, that's not going to work. Hello, my name is T-Bar, but you may better know me as Dominik Dijakovic from when I was good. We've been reading Twitter and realised that we've made a massive mistake and our names and masks are very stupid. I'd like to apologise on behalf of Retribution and WWE for wasting your time over the past few weeks, and we will be paying for the damage done to the Performance Centre and Thunderdome out of our own pockets. We will also be making a contribution to the cat's protection. However, we also realise that WWE have spent a significant amount of money, which they desperately need right now, in trademarking the Retribution intellectual property, as well as making assets such as our Titantron, entrance music, etc. So we are handing the gimmick to a new set of superstars who will now be known as the Retribution Corps. And then enter... It was either that or new Retribution. You see what I'm doing there. Enter all of the wrestlers who I don't like or don't care about, and they've been rebranded, and they have worse masks as well, like, I don't know, Postman Pat or something like that. Apollo Crews is now Mr. Frazzles. Jackson Riker is now Togepi. Riddick Moss is now Male Winton. Grand Metalik is now Roger the Dodger. Lacey Evans is now Chaos 3. Kona Reeves is now Vic Reeves. Tamina is now Plops with a Z.
Plops.
I had a lot of fun coming up with these. And Mia Yim is still part of the group, so I'm not especially fussed about her. But she's called the Akinator. They are, remember the website, the guy who would guess what you're thinking of? Trying to utilize that brand, yeah. They are immediately interrupted and squashed by all of the original members of the original Nexus, who have then individually, one by one, they have their arms raised by John Cena to say sorry for SummerSlam, and he then kisses their feet. And then the Retribution Corps exclusively appear on NXT UK, so I never have to see them again.
Oh, well, you've had a great day by the sounds of it.
Productive morning, Jack.
Yeah. I'm all in favour of that, obviously, especially Roger the Dodger. Who was Roger the Dodger? Was that Grand Metalik?
Roger the Dodger, yes, he is, yeah.
No, he was in the Beano.
Yeah, because I was a child of the Beano, and Roger the Dodger was my favourite strip in the Beano, so I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, so I like was it the nitwits? No, what were they called? The people in the brain. Do you remember the people in the brain? And they would control, like,
I like it was just inside out, but
yeah, but better.
Yeah, better. Yeah, I like the Bash Street Kids. There was a special edition once that I remember. It must have been for the build up to like the World Cup or something, where the whole like comic wasn't individual little stories. It was one whole football match between the Bash Street Kids and the Beano like all-star team, and it was really good.
Who won?
And the Bash Street Kids won.
What?
Thanks to a last-minute winner from Winston the cat, or the little janitor, the cat. He was the only one who didn't get sent off, so he just ran all the way and just poked it over the line. It was a heartwarming little moment.
I'd have hated that. As somebody who's not really into football, to have my Beano taken over by one feature-length football story would have really greatly upset me.
Well, that's a shame. So
I won't be picking up a copy.
It almost feels like if somebody tuned into a wrestling video podcast to hear about wrestling and then they heard this. Incredible rant, which I can only assume that is what Jack Nicholson wrote in The Shining after he finished killing his wife, that lovely diatribe. All the time you've had by yourself, Pacitti, I'm glad you put it to good use. Fantastic as always. I like the idea of Retribution being even more rubbish. I like the idea of the core. I like the idea of making fun of the Saturday morning TV names, because that's exactly what they are. Yes, it's a thumbs up from me.
Thank you.
Because we're positive here. It's a positive negativity, which is what we like on this show.
It's a thumbs up from me as well. You've got two yeses.
That's a great start. Well, they're DOA, aren't they? They're dead on arrival. So let's put it to bed.
No, they were in 97, mate.
Way and Berry, Apollo Crews, and Lacey Evans. I felt a bit bad putting Lacey on there actually, because I don't mind Lacey. I might take her out. I might take out Chaos 3.
Chaos 3. Oh, I'm sad because we were going to do Twitch watch-alongs of Robot Wars, but now obviously we can't be in the same room, so
we'll still do it. We'll get there. We'll get there.
We will at some point, because I'm really looking forward to that. Maffew, what's your first pitch, please?
Well, no spoilers, but it can't compare to that. So, last SmackDown, Sasha did a promo where she talked about how much her neck hurts, and it hurt so much from the attack that Bayley did to her, and then she came and attacked her again just to make sure that she can't actually do the title match that she was maybe going to have. What is that noise that is happening? Is that your water bottle?
That was my water bottle.
Am I getting fired at? All right, cool. And because of this, Nikki is getting a title shot against Bayley instead. Now, clearly, the build-up is for Bayley and Sasha. Nikki's just there because, hiya. So I think, to keep it going, to keep it going, that Bayley should come out and she's in a stretcher. Oh, one of those mobility scooters. I'm not sure if you can get a hold of her anymore. And she's there going, oh, God, I'm telling you. If there's one thing in WWE that hurts worse than Sasha's neck right now, it's my back. Adam Pearce is there because he's like the general manager of everything right now. He's the dog's body. He goes, you all right? Wait, what time? He goes, me back. Wait, what's up your back? It hurts from carrying Sasha for 9 months. Oh, I can't possibly wrestle. And then Adam Pearce goes, mein Gott, we can't have someone hurt. WWE is a safe working environment. And then he winks at the camera. And then he goes, well, I guess this match is off. And then Bayley is put in the back. She's put next to the spare tables and the ladders and stuff they put in the back. And we don't get a single Bayley defense for 9 months until we get to WrestleMania.
Nice.
She social distances like she's from Sunderland.
I like it. I like it a great deal. Do you think it makes, not that this matters that much, if she says, and she does the wink to the camera and she's like, from carrying Sasha for so long, and then Adam Pearce goes, oh God, and then get to the back, doesn't that make Adam Pearce like a heel authority figure here, that he's siding with Bayley? That's the last thing we need.
Ooh.
All authorities are heels.
Yeah. Fair.
Why am I trying to analyse this seriously?
I always fall into that trap.
It's a no from me, but only because I really like Bayley and I don't like the idea of her being off our screens for so long. Because I think she's
she'll be on the screens, just not wrestling because of that. Me Sasha carrying back. Ooh.
Like Britt Baker.
Kind of like that, but not in a litigious way.
Okay. Then it's a Bison Trooper middle thumb from me.
Oh.
Then. Also, when you said mobility scooters, not sure if you can get a hold of them anymore. That was my favorite bit of the pitch, and it reminded me. It reminded me of one of the early WCPW shows when my role for the day was to go and hire a wheelchair from a nearby.
And you did it.
I did it,
Right.
but I had to sort of say because they were how it was for kayfabe reasons, but they were how big's the person, what's the nature of their injury or disability, and I'm like, I'll be honest with you, it's just for a prop, it's not a real thing, and they were like, right, okay, I'm just on the biker bridge somewhere, getting a wheelchair and then having to get back to the academy, and I felt as if I was in a very early GTA mission, right near the start when you're just doing crap tasks for people. It was brilliant. Anyway,
how did you get it back? Did you Uber the wheelchair back?
Yeah, it folded. It was a folding one.
Genius.
That's good.
No,
So
I rode it
yeah,
all
I was
the
going
way.
to say, wait. Were you on Biker Bridge on the wheelchair?
No, the shop was on one end of the biker bridge, I think. That's where it was.
Right, okay.
But, yeah. Sorry, I've totally...
No, that's great. Because I had to do that once as well, Jack, when I was doing doing some media stuff at college. And I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, it's we need a wheelchair for the scene. All right, I'll just go get one. And I found one lying around. And I went, all right, well, this is... And I realized now, oh no. What if the one kid we had at the school was that I were near legs is right, I need to go use the toilet. Unbelievable, mate. Someone's swapped me wheelchair and it's me filming doing a Doctor Strangelove knockoff for me mate.
Oh.
Well, just out of interest, Maffew, what did you even mean when you said, I'm not sure if you can get them anymore?
I want to say anymore. I've never, Jack, I've never tried to get a mobility scooter, so I don't know if they're
I can confirm they exist and they are available for purchase.
You know what? In my head, I was like, wait, with COVID, can you get mobility scooters? No, you'll get too close to people.
Yeah, fair. No, they exist. I really like it just for the carrying Sasha line. I hate everything else about it, but it's a good line. I'm sure it's been used countless times in wrestling before, but it's decent, isn't it? It's a good line, so I'm going to also give it, what was it, an M Bison?
Bison Trooper. In Street Fighter the movie, that's their gesture.
That's a good gesture.
But
way better than that, isn't it?
But then at the end, Jackalites, yeah. But then when at the end when Zangief turns good guy, then one of them, I think it's Guile, grabs his wrist and goes like that, and now he's good.
That's nice.
It's symbolic. Yeah. It's symbolic. It's great.
That should be the end of the feud.
Guy.
Yeah.
It's a stupid big guy. He's like, this is correct. Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. Now you are real Bison Troopers.
I think even stupid big Zangief would be like, but why you not get mobility scooter? I don't get what is wrong with you?
Yeah, it's a half thumbs up from me. I like it, Maffew.
It's more than it deserves. What's yours, Jack?
Sorry, just Zangief has one of the best lines in that whole film.
Yeah, he does.
Where the Chun-Li and the lads are they're disguised as news reporters, but they're going to blow up Bison's arms deal in some shadowy festival. And arms trading festival, and they drive their news truck down towards it, and it's loaded with explosives. And they're all watching it on the news because the news channel, they're all sat in the tent watching this thing approach their tent from outside. And they're all like, what do we do? And Zangief goes, quick, change the channel, which is brilliant. It's so good. Anyway,
I love that moment. And again, you know what? I'll talk about Street Fighter too much. Go on.
Yeah, we need to.
Sorry, every podcast.
Zangief is the big lad, though, right? He looks a bit like Road Warrior Animal, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does actually.
He did. Yes.
So it's my turn, isn't it? So my first pitch is for the ambulance match between Drew and Randy Orton, and I feel like Drew. This stipulation could be an excuse for Drew to lose the belt. I'm really worried he's going to lose it because he's not going to get pinned or submitted, is he? He's going to get thrown into an ambulance if he loses. So I think there needs to be someone to save the day for Drew. Orton's going to probably be really merciless and have him on the brink of throwing him in the ambulance. And then when he's about to throw him in, he opens the ambulance doors and there's disco lights inside and steam and dry ice comes out. And you just hear getting louder and louder Madonna's Like a Prayer. And who should the ambulance driver be?
Oh,
but it's bloody Grado to save the day for his Scottish pal Drew. And he hops out the ambulance and he's doing all of his stuff and he's doing the elbow and the wee boot and he helps Drew vanquish Randy Orton. And they hug in the middle of the ring and Grado's in WWE because the world needs a bit of joy right now. And I can't think of a wrestler more purely joyful to watch than Grado. So I'll be honest, right? Last night I just watched some of his entrances again, so I really wanted to include Grado in there. But I thought he could be the ambulance driver. He's probably got high vis on. He'd look quite funny in that and a hard hat. No, he's not a builder. What have I done?
I would estimate maybe 17% of the audience understanding what was going on when Grado does appear. I'd love to see, Grado in WWE. It worries me a bit because Colt Cabana, who has a sort of similar-ish gimmick, they didn't use him very well as Scotty Goldman. But do you want Grado in the world title match making the save with Randy Orton involved? Yeah, you do. You definitely do.
That's the only good bit of this pitch, just that bit, yeah.
The face on Randy when Grado appears with the bum bag and everything. What's in the bum bag?
Nothing. I had one of his after he left it behind. So
and it was empty.
I messaged him saying, I went to Noam Dar first and went, this is Grado's. And he went, he's always leaving them everywhere. Just keep it. I was like, right. So I messaged Grado. He was like, just keep it. So I looked inside and there was an empty chewing gum wrapper and that was it.
That was it?
Secrets of Wrestling revealed.
It's a bit, so you should auction that off. It's a yes from me. I really like it just because I really like Grado. I was watching some of his entrances as well. I was watching Gradoberg back last week and it's just, you can't watch it without having a big old cheesy grin on your face, can you? Bring him in.
Get him in. It is a bad idea. His Impact run even didn't go well, so I don't know how.
WWE, they're the one company you could probably get the rights to Madonna's Like a Prayer. They did it with Punk and Live in Colour, and Grado's worth just as much.
Yeah. See, I was about to say, I like the idea, most of this, of Grado having a CM Punk-esque contract. It's like, look, I can only come in with one reason. Well, what is it? We really need you right now. The only fun thing in wrestling, if you get the Madonna, then they're like, damn it. Okay, you crazy son of a bitch, I'm in. And that's it. The Grado ambulance. We did that police show, didn't he? So
he did.
He works his way around all the 999 services. So his ambulance patrol. I can't remember what's it called?
Scott Squad?
Thank you, yes.
Scott Squad.
I swear to God, I almost said Paw Patrol.
There's a great thing on. Have you seen Canny Cops? No, it's set in the Northeast. You'll love it. It was all down in Seaburn or Seaham. I can't remember which one it is again. And other places. And it's brilliant. Northeast people, even when they're really horrible criminals, they're very likeable, aren't they? Very likeable.
Is that the program with the bloke, the famous clip of the bloke who's like talking about how his new missus has turned his life around and stuff? And he's like, I was on all the drugs. I was taking anything. I even once kidnapped my own mum. It's just like, what?
I didn't see that bit. I'm going to say yes.
It's weird.
I've not even heard of that. I'll have to check it out.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's a yes from me, Maffew.
Oh, yeah. An I from me because, well, you know what? Well, do the Gradoberg. To you.
The thumbs.
Yeah. I tried that. That was better in my head. Good. But yes, I too enjoy watching the Gradoberg entrances, especially that one because that was Shook's Who's Party, the first one, I think, from 2013. And that was the first time
that long ago? That makes me feel old. Probably makes him feel older.
Yes, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. But that was the first time I got into them because Colt Cabana was wrestling this dude. And I went, all right, who's Grado? It's like, there's a lot of people here in Scotland for this little company against this unknown dude. And I walked away going, Colt Cabana sucks, man. Grado's awesome. So... It's Super Genie.
Sorry. Yeah. So my next one involves Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, which in my head is perhaps going to be the main event. It's either going to be that or Drew Randy. Anyway, the bell rings and Roman Reigns immediately lays out the referee. It's a DQ straight off the bat, right? So Roman's retained the title by DQ. Let's face it, nobody for a second thinks that Jay's going to win here. And having the DQ finish, the instant DQ, sort of plays up Roman's new dickhousery. I don't know what to call it. He doesn't care. He comes into matches late. He hits one move, job done. That's it. That's all he needs to do. And he doesn't, in his head, he doesn't need to prove that he can beat Jey Uso because he doesn't see him as his equal, and he never, ever has. And that can be explained in a promo down the line, I guess. He then spends about 5 minutes battering Jey. Jimmy comes out at one point and tries to hit some sort of move where, like a phenomenal forearm, that's set up, but he gets taken out midair with a spear. I'd like to see that. And then Roman just brutalizes both of the twins. Paul raises his hand. This leads at the next pay-per-view, and I don't even know what that is. Is it Survivor Series? Whatever it is.
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. To a 2-on-1 handicap match. Oh, that's perfect. Usos versus Roman in the cell. That makes sense because it's really super personal. There you go. You can have a decent cell match for once. Roman squashes both of them in that match. And then over the coming weeks and months, Roman continues turning his back on family members of the Anoa'i family. So he takes out Rikishi, Naomi, Manu is back for a bit. I don't care, right? He's a bastard. He's a bastard, right? Eventually, in the new year, on an episode of SmackDown, it looks like he's about to murder Simone Johnson, also of the Anoa'i family, of course. But if you smell, The Rock interrupts, saves the day, saves little Simone from getting speared and Superman punched in her face, and that all builds up very nicely to Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a yes from me. Really like it.
I've booked like 6 months of storyline there. It's only meant to be at the pay-per-view. I'm allowed to do that.
Who would win at WrestleMania?
Oh, Roman. Roman's got to go over as the heel, and Rock's never there, is he? So
yeah,
unless you do twice in a lifetime again.
Maffew?
I'm going to give it The Thing because it is very well done. It's very well scripted. You've done such a sterling job at putting the production values of Cultaholic and its various podcasts up to the highest standard. I have a very similar pick, so I can't give you the full one. Okay. So that's the way it is.
I also have... Yeah. Should we just do all of our Roman ones now?
Yeah.
Well, let's call it the Roman
and then we'll
round.
vote on the best, and the best one gets the point.
That's nice. Except you've started off with 6 months. You're that one lad who does all the work when it's a group work project. Anyway, yeah, I mean, good one, boss. All right, so set the scene.
Sorry.
Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. A Clash of Champions. Tell me if you've heard this one already. The thing that people we may touch this on the podcast. We probably should. There's not been much else happening. Is the fact that Roman Reigns may be ready for exclusive wrestling without a shirt on.
Whoa!
He's going to get them out for the lads. Oof. So, in the ring, Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. But in the little video package before the show, we'll hopefully put Jey Uso still thinks that they're all right. That the Uso, the Cuz, and all that stuff. Well, the last SmackDown that we saw, you dropped your title belt, man. Here you go. Handed it to Roman. Big hug, yeah. And then he's like...
It was the phase change,
yeah. That was I like that. I like doing that. So this match starts off, and Reigns... I think Reigns should rip his shirt off. Just because he could. So, like,
the vest. That's a big old thick vest.
Maybe not the vest. I mean, bloody hell. He'll be tearing apart Yellow Pages next. Anyway, it's does that. It's like opening a parcel from Amazon. It's doing that. And it's like, Jay's like, wow, man, you're looking really good. You've worked really hard for this match. You know how much it means. And he's like, oh, he's such a good guy. Here, shake hands. And then Reigns shakes his hands, looks at him, face goes. And Jay's like, no, wait, Cocos, before you do that, because this means so much to the Uso family, the Onoi family, and everybody in WWE, apparently every wrestler has access to a video editor and a Gary YouTuber. Here's a video prepared for you, the Titantron. It's like a family montage. It's all black and white clips from 2016 when they're teaming up, and 2014 during the AJ Styles feud. And that keeps on playing that, and it's like, hello, my friend, you're me. And while that's playing, it keeps on undercutting, because, Kevin Dunn loves the cuts. Reigns he's handcuffed him. He's got that hand, not literally handcuffed, but he's got hold of his hand, and he's just twatting him. And every time he twats him, it cuts, and there's another happy memory. It's like the 30th birthday party, they're all drinking and eating. Cuts back, he's hitting him, cuts back, and tag team titles on SmackDown, cuts back, and his fist is just going through his skull at this point. There's nothing left. And he's like, and he's like, 1, 2, 3, like the montage is still happening. And then Roman Reigns leaves, just a creed.
You've produced a dance routine here, Maffew. It's not a wrestling match. This is like a bit of theatre. I guess it's all theatre, isn't
Rogers.
it? No, I actually I do like it. I like the idea, the juxtaposition of Roman Reigns battering his cuz with lovely shots of them as a family from 2016 when they didn't have colour TVs, apparently.
Yeah, it's really grainy.
I really like that, but I'm worried about the cut. As he connects, then it changes picture each time, because then it's going to end up looking, like a dance routine. But the
every episode of Raw.
Yeah, fair. I do like it.
Thank you. And then
we voted
for the next Jack's gone. It's all right.
Fine.
It's all right. Look, I punched too hard and it cut. It's my fault. Wait for it.
He's back. Press video.
I know, I'm trying.
Okay.
Can you hear me still at least?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, cool. That's all right then.
Look at his little picture.
Come on, lad.
What
Hello,
a cutie.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, good boy.
It's my turn as well, isn't it? Oh, no? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll finish with this. The other thing I wrote down. Take the next SmackDown, this big pile of what was once Jey Uso's like, no, because look, here's a family album, the photo albums of all the photos that are bam, bam, bam. And Reigns just picks up and bats him with it. Sorry, I should have said that rather than shout bam.
Wait, was this on SmackDown, did you say?
Yeah, you know what? I was doing so well, I thought I'd ruin it.
You're not allowed to go past the pay-per-view. I think you've gone too far there, Maffew. You've ruined it for everyone. Jack, what do you think?
Mine is that mine wasn't as convoluted, but in my mind, Clash of Champions is going to have a lot of champions retaining, probably not a lot of title changes. If there is one that's likely to be a title change, it's probably Orton beating Drew, which is a sad one. Then in my mind, the main event, I don't actually think it will be, but for this pitch, the main event will be Roman and Jey, which, as Matthew's already covered, is going to be a tremendously heartbreaking affair. So to send the fans home happy, when Roman has finished battering Jey, everyone's like, what's going to happen? He sets him up for like some monumental, like horrible move, like the chair's around his neck and he's going to Superman punch his head off or something. And then what music should hit the speakers? It's not Grado this time. He's already gone. He's already left the building in his ambulance. It's You Look Fly Today. Big
quiche.
Yeah, Rikishi comes down. I was fuming when you mentioned him earlier in your pitch, but it's okay.
Sorry.
He gets in the ring. We can't make Roman look weak because, as we've established, he's heading to WrestleMania to face The Rock. So Roman is so scared of Rikishi that he bails. And Rikishi gives Paul Heyman a stink face to end the show. Now, I pitched this to Owen, my flatmate and one of our editors at Cultaholic, before coming on here. And he was like, I thought you were going to say that everyone just does the dance with the sunglasses on, including Paul Heyman. And now I think that might be a better... It doesn't make any sense in terms of like heel and face dynamics, but it's a bit like the end of Bugsy Malone where they're all just mates. I think that's quite a good ending as well.
I really
so maybe
like that.
Maybe they all just like do the whole like thing and then, yeah, it's so good. So...
It's class.
It
would ruin Roman's heel turn, but I bloody love the idea of them. Paul Heyman with the glasses on, trying to do the worm. That's wrestling. That's what we want to see. Yeah, it's a big thumbs up from me, and that's got my vote as well. If we're voting on these, Paul Heyman doing the worm, that's 100%. Love it.
Mine was going to go to yours, but because it's the actual best one. But okay.
No, I disagree. I think you've nailed it there, Maffew. Who are you voting for? What do you think of Jax?
I like Jax with one little twist, and I think it'll still work, and it still keeps his heat. A combination of one of the ones me and Pacitti have said, he's still bad as Jey, and after's like, oh, let's have a dance, and Jay's like, So everyone's dancing, and Jey's just trying to stay at, he's like, come on, he holds his hands, and he's just on the floor, he's like, weekend at Bernie's, come on, do the dance. Just
like when your mum's trying to drag you around a shop, your legs are tired, and you grab your arm, and that's great as well. Throw it all in there.
Big family, come on, get up,
Mine was bollocks. I was a wanker there, so 100% Jack.
100% Jack.
Adam, it's your third pitch.
Thank you very much. So mine, it sort of involves that match as well. Actually, it's the post-match. Let's say after Roman has retained the title, he's standing tall, Jey Uso is dead on the floor. The show is about to finish. We're going to do the whole graphic coming up in the corner thing. The show's off the air. It's the predictable closing shot of Clash of Champions. All of a sudden, someone's music hits. It's not Grado. It's not Junior Fatu. It is Otis. Otis comes out with the briefcase. Wait. No, it's pretty bad, actually. He cashes in as well. It's not a failed cash in. Originally in my head, he was going to try and cash in, but then Miz and Morrison attack him because they want their hands on the briefcase. They don't get there in time. Instead, the bell rings. We've got ourselves another title match, boys and girls. However, Miz and Morrison then run out. They flatten him 2-on-1. Roman doesn't even need to hit a move. And then he makes the cocky pin with the finger on his chest. 1, 2, 3. Otis has lost the briefcase. Let me explain why I think there are positives here and what it achieves, because I know that's not very tantalizing because you've just taken the briefcase off of Otis, perhaps unnecessarily. First of all, it makes Otis look really, really brave. He's challenging Roman when Roman isn't like badly beaten up or anything, and it sort of restores some of the shine that Otis has lost over the past few months. Well, basically since Money in the Bank, and I think it hurt him not being on TV for a bit as well. And his loss here, a big loss in losing the biggest thing in his life that isn't Mandy Rose, would give tremendous audience sympathy there, as well as huge heat on Miz and Roman Reigns. Second, it gets the briefcase off of Otis, because right now nobody wants to see him cash in for the tag titles because he should want the biggest prize in all of sports entertainment. And at the same time, with how hot Roman is right now, nobody would want to see him drop the title to Otis anyway. And Roman should be holding that probably all the way to WrestleMania. I mean, he could be drafted to Raw and go and meet Mandy there, but just stick with me. And essentially it gives us a slightly different closing shot to perhaps what everybody is expecting. Everybody expects Roman Reigns to stand tall to close the pay-per-view. This allows him to do that still, but with some added pizzazz. And it's a really hard sell for Friday to see Otis try and get one over on Miz. And their feud, which isn't especially great at the moment, becomes more intense as a result. So I think it does achieve things. But essentially, let's say Orton wins the world title on Raw, or Drew, it doesn't matter. Roman's going to hold on to it on SmackDown. Does anyone actually want to see Otis cash in successfully? You may as well give the heat to somebody by taking it off him.
It's a fair point. They really regret putting that briefcase on Otis, don't they? Vince thought it would be funny one time, and then he's realised, oh no. The only problem I've got with your pitch is that it's not what we think is going to happen; it's what we want to happen, and I think that might happen. You want
really?
No,
I don't think it's likely to happen.
Maybe it won't happen, but I can't. Maybe I think that something like that will happen when Otis eventually tries to cash in. But probably not a Clash of Champions yet. It's a no from me, just because it takes the shine off this wonderful finish that we've all constructed to the pay-per-view with all the dancing. The dancing and the Jey Uso being a fine paste in the ring. So it's a no. I'm afraid it's a no for me.
How about then, just to add a little bit to it, after this all happens, Jey Uso is still a corpse in the center of the ring. Right. Otis is now laid out, and then Roman Superman punches both Miz and Morrison, stands at the top of the top of the ramp, smirking. Everybody's been laid out by Roman now.
You're doing a bit of a. I've got to pull you up here. You're doing a bit of a Sam Driver here. Where if you reject his pitch, he'll get, first of all, really cross with you, and secondly, he'll then keep altering it until you say yes. So I have to just remind you.
I agree. I've been out, but it's been a while since I've done one of these, Jack. I forgot the rules, but I'm not angry.
Is Sam editing this?
Disappointed.
Yeah. No, Tubman is.
Oh, that's all right then.
Slag him off as much as you like, Jack. Matthew, what are your thoughts? You hated it as well.
I did, yes. But for perfectly good reasons, because they're my reasons. First of all, Money in the Bank right now is one of the most valuable assets WWE has, because, if you check the news, that funny COVID thing keeps on popping up in different locker rooms. So right now, you're trying to book WrestleMania next year. WWE's going to be hard-pressed to get Survivor Series fully booked. So I think Money in the Bank, as funny as it would be to, actually get deal the issue, the Otis issue, as we call it in the business. I think they're looking at this going, no, this is actually really valuable because any one of these buggers could get it and we need to replace them stat. Otis, by keeping away from anybody safe, Mr. Morrison, means he will be kept COVID-free. Therefore, it doesn't matter. Well, at least have a champion. So having it on a Clash of Champions would kind of make sense at any other time in history because Otis having the Money in the Bank briefcase is one of those things where you go, is this supposed to make Ken Anderson's Money in the Bank look good? And also, Roman Reigns is really good right now. Why would you bring up Miz and Morrison and Otis feud to ruin such a thing? That'd be like getting...
It's just a bit of a more of an interesting ending.
Sirloin steak with roller cola.
Well, I'm trying to make that feud better. Roman is on fire right now. This isn't going to derail anything. This is just trying to make something else on SmackDown a little bit better.
I think you would make Roman lose value in the marketplace rather than make Otis and the Miz and Morrison feud. Hey, hey, ho, ho. It's a no.
Fair? I can.
It's really harsh, isn't it? I'm sorry, man. Don't give me the side thing. All right, you get with mediocre.
I feel like Sam Driver.
Matthew, it's your go.
Oh, goody. Right. One of the other matches on the show that doesn't involve Jey Uso.
I hate this. Is rubbish.
Move on to Jack. So, the other match that's happening of some interest is the three-way ladder match for the IC title between AJ Styles, who used to have the title, Jeff Hardy, who does have the title, I think, and Sami Zayn, who did have the title, didn't lose it, but had to go away for some weird reasons. Which does mean they're going to do the WrestleMania 10 thing, putting the IC title belt way above the ring, and they're going to have to go up a ladder, grab it, and then yay. But for people who saw last week's podcast, do realize that by putting something golden, something that means something, some way, an opening, if you will, a ticket above the ring, may motivate certain individuals watching the program. Certain individuals such as Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka, suddenly remembering, you know what? I remembered I was IC champion in 77. Me and Patterson in the garden, we had a brawl, but I tore my leg right off its leg. And in the days of the 70s, that meant I had to take a week off. And they just took the belt off us. So I never lost that title either. And because Grandpa Joe's way back in, it's going to take him a while to get there. So all three men will be down. There'll be some crazy, silly ladder move that never happens unless it's a ladder match in wrestling. And then here comes, wait, whose music is that? And he's got that, big onesie that old people own. It's Grandpa Joe. It's Grandpa Joe. Grandpa Joe.
Was Aaron's music there? The boys are back in town. I think
you know what? That would work.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Does his very thing. And because Grandpa Joe's so sprightly after being in a bed for 4 decades, God, he just runs right up that friggin' thing and grabs it. And Grandpa Joe is the IC champion. And I say this not because of any connectivity between the extended Cultaholic podcast universe we got going, but because I couldn't think of a bloody other thing to say about Clash of Champions.
Well, it's a yes. It's totally yes from me.
Oh, is it?
I feel like we do perhaps owe people an apology if they're not Cultaholic fans in general. They've just decided to stagger around the internet looking for some preview videos for Clash of Champions.
You were talking about Street Fighter.
Roger the Dodger. Click.
So it's an absolute yes from me, of course. Adam, what did you think?
I hate it, and not even jokingly. I'm very serious right now, in fact, because it's a new type of heat, isn't it? You've got genuine heat, you've got X-Pac heat, then you got Grandpa Joe heat. It's people that you do not want to see on your screen. It would be like bringing bloody Ian Huntley out, as far as I'm concerned. It's too much of a heel.
Oh, he's dropped another serial killer in.
Not a serial killer, actually. Weren't spread over, not 3. I'm saying no to this because it's just somebody who shouldn't be featured or celebrated. And to do that, you've got to sign Grandpa Joe and give him what I would imagine is quite a lucrative contract. And I want him nowhere near. He's a character that should be retired forever.
Who It's a no from you for Maffew.
God, yeah.
When you mentioned Maffew, you said Grandpa Joe's got to get there all the way from. Where's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory set?
I couldn't remember. That's why I put my hand over my mouth.
Charlie and Grandpa Joe are American. Willy Wonka's American. The school teacher is Northern, British, English.
I don't know. I assumed it was America. It's America.
The Candyman's a bit of a Cockney, isn't he? He's a bit of a geezer.
Yeah, wait, is it?
Sunrise. Wait, is he? I don't know. He's English, definitely.
Wait, no, doesn't he find a 50 pence coin? It's a 50p coin.
Yeah, I thought they were British. Like,
Yeah, it's gotta be British.
But Charlie's American, isn't he? Grandpa Joe.
No. Is he? No. Is he?
No, wait a minute.
I only watched this recently. I wasn't paying attention to them.
Yeah, I always thought they were British.
I found a Wonka bar.
It's a 50p coin that he finds, though.
Charlie's
Big shiny.
American. Willy Wonka's American. I wouldn't do
Wild,
that.
yeah.
In fact, think of the scene where Joe and Wonka are having an argument. Grandpa Joe shouts at him in an American accent. You're a fraud.
Yeah, he does, yeah. Is that like a New York accent? Like a
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
It just says in a small town is where it's set.
It's in some dystopian separate universe, I swear.
Never even thought about that. My point still stands that Maffew is really presented something
we
very
don't care
horrible
anymore now. I'm trying to figure out where they are in Willy Wonka. Like,
where are they in Fight Club? It doesn't matter. Anyway, that can be the topic for Tom's Love You Bye Twitch stream.
There you go.
When he asks people questions.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm thrown. I'm totally thrown as well. Well, I'll be honest. I had 2 pitches coming into this and just backed myself to think of a third one. Bless you, as we were going on. But I couldn't think of a third one. But I have scrambled something rubbish together to close the video. So, no, it's no...
And who should appear but famous Scottish wrestler?
So the match that's obviously captured my attention is Cesaro and Nakamura versus the Lucha House Party. We don't know which 2 members of the Lucha House Party are going to be there. It's a bit of a freebird situation. So Cesaro and Nakamura are in the ring waiting for the Lucha House Party. They're late to the match. They're running around backstage. They're like, where's Lindsay? Where's Lindsay? It's just Grand Metalik and Kalisto. They're like, we can't find him anywhere. Adam Pearce is like, lads, there's no time. Get out there now and fight for those belts. They go out there to fight for the belts and get totally outclassed. Like Cesaro and Nakamura are dominating them fully. And when it looks hopeless and it looks like there's nothing left for the Lucha House Party to be able to do, the referee gets bumped. And whose music should hit the speakers? Not Grado, not Rikishi. They are in different parts of the night. So Lindsay's recently been teasing that he's going to lose the mask. He posted like some picture of him holding it. As we saw in the picture, Lindsay's a shaven-headed man. He's bald. The glass shatters, and all along, since he signed with WWE and even beforehand, Lindsay Dorado has been Stone Cold Steve Austin in disguise. He's trimmed down a bit. He's a little bit. He's not hit the weights quite as much, and he's also shrunk about a foot. But he runs out, stunner, takes off the Lindsay mask. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin, and always has been, thereby explaining my love for Lindsay Dorado. And he helps his lads win the belts. Both of you look just gutted. You look so disappointed in me that I've done this.
Well, there's a big flaw immediately in. Well, there's many flaws. There's one that even before you finished and Stone Cold came up is that nobody would be asking where's Lindsay, not even his teammates, because nobody would care. But I guess if they knew he was Stone Cold Steve Austin all along, maybe they would care. It's not where I sort of dreamed Steve Austin to reappear in WWE. It's not the Punk match, but yeah, Steve Austin versus Grand Metalik could be money. So it's a yes from me.
Oh, what? Whoa, yeah.
Yeah. Charity.
Maffew? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Pacitti said it best. Not the first bit, just that end line there, charity. It's been a very hit and miss episode of the predictions, and I want to make it look like we are not a sloppy shop. So I think this has been an amazing idea. Who else would think of being Lindsay Dorado being Stone Cold Steve Austin? other than Jack the Jobber of Cultaholic Industries Incorporated. So it's a thumbs up from me just to keep the company afloat. And for people to go, come on, it's not all crap. I mean, Jack the Jobber's all right. And yeah, so, nice. I mean, who would have seen that coming? And it would be easily the best thing these lot would have done since ever. I didn't really have an answer to that bit, really. What was the last thing that they did?
The feud with Lars was good.
Yeah, who? Gold.
Lars Sullivan.
I don't recall.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think Jack is absolutely, well, he steamrolled us. He's got all the guesses here. And also, I can actually see it happening, which makes it even better.
It feels like a hollow victory, I've got to admit, in this one.
Don't put yourself down. They'll do that in the comments.
Well, they certainly will. Thank you for joining me, Maffew and Adam, for this Pitches video. And if you watching at home are eagerly awaiting Clash of Champions, we all are, Adam is going to be doing a live reactions on this very YouTube channel on Sunday night. I'll be doing a What Happened afterwards. Adam then will be doing Graded on the Monday. And there's so much other content going out. Maffew, have you got anything you'd like to plug of your own?
No, not really.
Fair enough.
I want to plug you guys having a nice day.
Oh, cheers, man. I hope you have a nice day too.
No, I don't want to have a nice day. I want other people to have a nice day.
Oh,
I'll have a bad day.
Very aggressive about that, but thank you. And thank you all for watching as well. I've been Jack from Cultaholic.com. This has been Adam. I don't know if you want it. I've already done all the plugs, sorry.
I'll just plug you. Well, you've done a great job here.
Yeah.
Cheers. Adam, this has been Maffew. And for some reason, I thought we were going to wave at the camera like the end of a game show. Bye.
Bye. Bye.